Guys, welcome to my channel. I've always wanted to say that, but for real, welcome to my channel. This is the Vanessa channel, as much as it also hosts the Oh My Mind podcast. And today's video is going to be a little bit different. I am going to do a little get ready with me as I prepare for us to shoot our next podcast episodes. So yeah, okay, this feels a bit weird because I've not done this type of video before. But essentially, I'm just going to do a simple makeup routine as we get talking. I'm going to talk about why there was a bit of a hiatus, like why I disappeared a bit. I know I started with a bang, and then I just, dropped the ball a bit. But I promise I have a good reason why. So yeah, let's get into it. So my skin is ready. I've also done my eyebrows because they're a headache, and I didn't want to do that on camera, but we can start with everything else. Okay, so okay, where have I been? First, let me say I have missed you guys. Yeah, does that sound awkward? But yes, I have missed you guys, or rather I have missed yapping in front of a camera. I feel like when I started this, it was more of like a creative outlet for myself, just away from the usual work, school routine, and just life. So it was a creative outlet that I could just be myself, and do things without pressure, without feeling like I need to show up in a certain type of way. So, and I think I really do love the camera, so yeah. I have missed creating, and I'm really excited to be back. So, where did I go? When I started this channel, or as this podcast, I had said, first of all, how I had struggled with imposter syndrome for like years and years. And when I finally started, it's like, am I really ready for this? I kind of felt like I didn't belong, or I didn't know what I was doing. And I found myself like really comparing myself to other creators, or just really putting a lot of pressure on myself. But that's not even what made me like really disappear. When I started with the first episode, I remember I was cramping. I actually even remember telling the guys who shoot that I was really unwell that morning. And if you may know, I do have endometriosis, which is a chronic condition where your uterine lining grows outside of your uterus and grows on other organs of your body. So for example, in my case, it was on the fallopian tubes, the ovaries, the bladder, and the pelvic cavity as well. I've already had surgery for that. I don't say recovered, but I've been managing it for like the last 5 years or so. However, so that morning, when we were shooting, I was actually in quite a bit of pain, and I panicked a bit because it had been a minute since I had a flare up like that. But I had wanted to do this for a really long time, so I just braved it, and we shot the episode. And you've already seen it. I've been here for some time. So wait, let me pause. I forgot. You see, I've never done a get ready with me before. What I was doing was I've just done my foundation, and I used L'Oreal Infallible number 392. Yeah. We are learning, guys, but let's do this together. And then next I'm going to go in with my concealer just for my under eyes. So where was I? I braved it. We shot the episode, but the thing is, like, the pain didn't really go away. And in fact, for every other episode that we shot, I have been in quite some pain. I'll just be very honest. In fact, there's an episode where in all episodes I've been on a heat patch, to manage the pain. But there was an episode, the last episode we shot, which hasn't aired. I actually had to have like a hot water bottle with me throughout because of just how intense that day was. And immediately this guy's left after we shot, I just collapsed into bed, but I had things to do. But I was here with my friends, and it was a bit. It was not nice. It's never pretty. So the thing with me is when I'm in pain, it's like I'm also in denial. Because you start thinking, is there endometriosis back, or like what's going to happen? Am I going to need another surgery? So I avoided going to hospital. I was just managing it with painkillers until it became really, really unbearable, and it was literally disrupting my life and everything. So I had no choice but to go to hospital, and I went to my gyna. We did some scans. We did a vaginal scan. That's the worst shit. Sorry, pardon my French. That's the worst thing you'd ever want to do. Ladies, I know you understand. So just to get to see what the problem was. And I was good. Or rather, thank God, on the endometriosis front, there was nothing of concern. And I was like, yes, thank God. But when they did the scan, they found there was like fluid in it's not the pelvic cavity. I think it's in the ovaries. I don't remember. There was fluid somewhere. There was fluid. So, I think after a bit more investigation is when they realized, okay, now I'm going in with powder. Yeah, it's the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder, just to set my under eye. So they found the fluid, and after investigation, the doctor was like, okay, so this is pelvic congestion syndrome. And honestly, the easiest way to explain it is that, like varicose veins, the ones that like are on your legs, feet and stuff, but now in your pelvic region and your uterus. That's the easiest way I can explain. And honestly, I don't think I had anything else the doctor said after that. So honestly, it's like I blacked out. I shut down after that, and I was just like, honestly, I feel like I've dealt with a lot of health issues for the last couple of years, so many times, and it's really frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. And then now when you go in and then you're told there's something else again. So that was not easy at all. And that really did a number on my mental health, I won't lie. So I'm using Maybelline again. Which one is this? Pioneer for blush. I've got to use it as blush. I should have done this before setting my under eye, but anyway, it is what it is. So as I said, it really did a number on my mental health, and for me it felt like it's like the universe or God was like playing a joke on me. It's like, it's like he said, oh, you're going to start a podcast on mental health. I'm going to give you first-hand experience on mental health again. So as I said, I shut down. It really triggered my anxiety again. So now here I am dealing with this pelvic congestion syndrome thing. And I think just because of where it's located, like in the fallopian tubes not fallopian tubes, sorry. Gosh, please, medics, don't come for me. In the ovaries and the pelvic region and all that, just because of where it's located and my history with endometriosis and the surgery and all that, it will trigger pain as well. So it's like double pain. I'm dealing with the pain from the PCS and with the cramps as well. And of course, it really disrupted everything. It disrupted how I showed up at work, how I showed up in school, because I have been in school as well. Now I'm just going in with, this is powder, number 360, setting powder. Is it setting powder? Okay, let me not lie to you, but this is what it is. So just to set what I've put, this is a very simple routine, so I'm not going to do the most. And also just to mute the blush a bit. Anyway, so yeah, it disrupted how I showed up in everything, how I was able to show up in school, at work, and I'm trying to just get better, and I'm also trying to, I don't know, live life as well. But I won't lie, it was very, very, very hard on me. And something had to give. Like I had to sacrifice one thing, because I can't sacrifice work, I can't sacrifice school. So I took a break with a podcast. And I won't lie, this has been a very, very hard season for me. I have struggled, struggle. Honestly, I look back and my memory is blank. I won't lie to you. I don't remember most things. I don't remember, I really don't remember. Like my memory is really blank. Like the period between May and August, the only things I remember are like the times maybe when I left the house, maybe when I met up with friends, but other than that, I don't remember things. And it's basically because I was on survival mode. And again, it's like, God with his very interesting sense of humor was giving me first-hand experience on mental health again. But of course, me being me, I've come out of this season with a number of lessons. So yeah, I've just used the same powder to go over my eyes, because again, it's a very simple routine, so nothing very serious. I've just used the same complexion that I use on my face, and then I'm going to go in with a deeper one just on the outer corners. This is number 365, same Maybelline powder. Yeah, what was I saying? I was on survival mode. But yes, I did learn a number of things on how to cope. I think one of the things that, first of all, I said I'd learned is that, I know we say this a lot, it's okay not to be okay. Or it's okay to give yourself some grace. I know we live in a very fast-paced world, in a very capitalistic world where taking a break is almost impossible. And so when you hit such moments, it feels like you literally cannot. And before I continue, let me just set what I have done. I don't know what this one is called. It's a skin mist by Omari Code. So yeah, as I was saying, we live in a very capitalistic world, and it's very hard to pause. But you need to learn to give yourself some grace, because that is what I struggled with. Because I want to continue living the same fast-paced, but my body is not allowing me to. My health is not allowing me to. And my mental health is also not allowing me to, but I still want to show up. Oh, sorry, let's try this a bit. So it just learn how to give yourself some grace. And I learned that after a period when I was venting to my friend, and just how hard it is, and I just want my body to function normally. Like, just function normally. Connie, why is there always problem after problem? And she told me, living with a chronic illness is not, it's not a small thing. So there's that adjustment to it, but just learning how to give yourself some grace and kind of also just accepting the reality. So as I was saying, we live in a very fast-paced capitalistic world and all that, but when you have those moments or seasons where things are just not going as you think they should, it's okay to pause and breathe. And I wish someone told me this earlier, because as much as I wasn't doing much, I was in panic mode throughout. So I really didn't rest, and it's like I'm back to square one. And so you're in panic, you're panicking. I've already talked about my experience with anxiety. So this illness is causing anxiety. Anxiety, it affects your nervous system. Your nervous system goes into overdrive. It triggers pain again. And so it just becomes a vicious cycle. So yeah. But yeah, so give yourself some grace. Another thing is, okay, so now I'm going in with the finishing powder. This one is by Sylvie Mac. Earth, the shade Earth. Guys, but anyway, so this sort of just gives like a glow. I think that's what I'd say. But yeah, so give yourself some grace so that you don't end up in that loop or in that vicious cycle like I did. And then now another thing is, hey, don't be afraid to ask for help. And I'm saying this as I also call myself out, because I struggle. I really struggle with asking for help. I think, firstborn daughter, living in an African household, all that, I don't know how to ask for help. But that day, especially the day when I got the diagnosis, I think I just texted a friend, and all I said is that I feel very low, because I'd gone to hospital alone, and they didn't make it to come wait with me. But what they did is they came and sat with me. They came home. They met me at home, and we stayed together. And we stayed together till like late into the night. They actually came, like her and her husband. So that, just having company made things so much better. And even as I tried to navigate this whole situation throughout, I had to start learning how to just tell people when I'm not okay. Right now I'm going back in with the deeper shade just on my hairline, on my hairline, just to, what do they say, bring back depth. I'm not a makeup artist, but bring back depth to your face and a bit of, so that it just doesn't look flat. Anyway, next I'm going to do my lips. I hope I can talk as I do my lips, but yeah. So as I was saying, having company or just speaking to friends and letting them know that you're not okay actually made things better and lighter. And I found myself leaning on friends quite a lot during this season. And guys, it's hard. Hey, it is so hard. It is so hard. Mimi, I do not know how to ask for help properly, but I had no choice. So for my lips, right, I'm going in this is Mark Chestnut. It is so old, but it will do the job, just to line my lips. What was I saying? Yeah, I did find myself leaning on my friends, and it did help. It did come through. At least I felt like I wasn't alone, and I could vent. There are some times when you feel like you can't vent to God. Also, you can't really complain, but you can do that to your friends. So at least I had, and I'm very grateful that I had that kind of support system. And of course, my family came through as well. But I won't lie, I really struggled with that. And then I'm also going to go in with This is by Shop New Level. Yay to Kenyan brands. In the shade All Yours. I'm just going to line it again. Yeah, this is a bit darker than the chestnut. And I love how creamy it is. Hey man, it's hard. I forgot that I was talking about something serious. It's hard to multitask. Oh yeah, just in relation to what I said before, on how for me the vicious cycle, like the pain triggering and just creating this vicious cycle, I would say to know and learn how to manage your triggers. So you know your triggers, and for me, my main trigger for my mental health in the last couple of years has been my health, or rather my main trigger that impacts my mental health, let me say that, is my health. This is this is Maybelline again, vinyl lipstick in the shade 35 Cheeky. I think the perfect nude for any dark skin. So know and learn your triggers. My trigger was my health, and I think what I should have known earlier is that I've not done anything to cause this, because sometimes that's where your mind takes you. You feel like, what could I have done better? Did I cause this? Oh, what I didn't mention is that this pelvic congestion syndrome just happens. There's no trigger. There's nothing that I could have done to have triggered it. But of course, it feels like it's a lifestyle condition, and there's that aspect of self-blame as well. But then there's also that thing for, like, honestly, why me? Why me all the time? But anyway, I think I've blended enough. I hope I have. Yeah, so we're going to let that dry down a bit. And as I do that, I will just add a bit of shimmer to my eyes. I will use this very, very, very old Juvia's palette. I think it's the Bronzed Rustic. So I'll just go in with a bit of a rose gold shimmer just for the outer corner of my eyes. I don't think I'll highlight my face today. The cameras are already so many. And the light, sorry. So, yeah, what was I saying? There's nothing that I could have done to trigger this, and I need to give, I need to have learned that earlier. Like, it's just my body functioning the way it decided to. But again, as I said, there's no non-cause for this. It just happens. But when I was asking the doctor before I blacked out, before I stopped listening to other things that he said, I asked what causes this, and he was like, okay, there's no cause, but what we know is that it commonly happens with people who have carried multiple pregnancies. And I was like, that must be the sickest joke someone could tell me, because hello, endometriosis. And as you may know, I've talked about this, I think on my socials. I mean, I do have the Mirena coil, the IUD, to help with management of the endometriosis. So there's no way. And then already with endo, they tell you how it impacts your fertility and stuff. And then now here the doc is also telling me this PCS, they don't know the reason, but what they know is it happens to people who've carried multiple pregnancies before. And I'm like, okay, you people, you sit down and decide what you want. Do you want me to be pregnant or not? Like, what is it? You can't be telling me one thing and then But anyway, you get. It's just the struggles with endo and always being told how this could have an impact on your fertility. It was like an oxymoron. Is that a word? Or a paradox, sort of. But all that just to say, the body can just behave the way it wants to sometimes, and I should have stopped putting the blame on myself and seeing what I could have done differently. And I had no hand in it. And yeah, things just happen. And now I go in with, again, another Maybelline. Hey, this is clearly, I'm a Maybelline girly. This is number 8 Stone. Yes, so there's really nothing that I could have done differently. And anyway, I'm here now. I'm better. I can say that I'm feeling also better physically. The pain is manageable. I'm not in any excruciating pain. The only thing that I've been battling with is endometriosis fatigue. But I think I've learned how to deal with it, although it's been extremely, extremely hectic this last week. But anyway, we're good, and I'm back to shooting, and I'm happy, and I'm very, very excited. And I think I'm done with my makeup for the day. So, yes, that is where I have been. But what I will tell you is, it's okay to not be okay. Please do not hesitate to ask for help. I know how hard it is, but please do not. And you'll be good. And again, as I said, it's like God was playing this joke on me and told me he will give me content, first-hand experience on mental health. But we are good now. And what I would like, or rather what I am seeing, is the importance of having these conversations, the importance of talking about it more. And yes, I know we do have the illnesses that we have covered in another episode before, but we still have everyday experiences that impact how we show up every day as well, even including your health. That could not necessarily cause an anxiety disorder, but could cause or trigger anxiety. So yeah, let's continue having this conversations. And yes, thank you so much for getting ready with me. I'm going to do the rest off camera, which is basically just doing my hair. So see you in the next episode of Oh My Mind. Thank you. Oh yeah, and if you haven't, like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend to watch this channel. Hopefully I'll be able to do a bit more of such content. All right, so this is the final look. Very simple. So we're just going to set that all in. Yeah, always true. But yeah, so we've done that, and then just going in with my fragrances for the day. My go-to has been Noble Blush. I'm sure you know this range by now, for all those who are into Arabian scents. This is my signature scent at the moment. Very simple, very not offensive, just perfect. And then I'll layer it with this Mithkal. It's also an Arabian scent. I'm not sure where you can get this from. It was gifted, but this one you can get it from Lila Perfumery or any other place that you get your Arabian scents from, but I recommend Lila Perfumery. So yes, that's it. Thank you. And now let's get to our episode.